what blockchain is actually meant to be. Is it meant to be a decentralized currency? Is it meant to be kind of these meme tokens? You look country by country, there's people tokenizing different assets, running local exchanges.
Yeah.
But in order to get to kind of a New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ level, we'll need international adoption, but institutional adoption as well. Raising capital isn't the most important thing.
Yeah.
Raise enough capital to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Raise enough capital to get that POC out there.
Yeah.
It's not really, I like to always say, raising capital isn't an achievement. It's an obligation for most founders.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Joining here from Washington, D.C. A very, very unconventional guest on my couch today. He's my buddy, my team member, somebody who's been building the Zeebu marketing story brick by brick. It's none other than our own Kevin Cafeo. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Nice. So Kevin, this is generally, I'm sure you know all of this. You're the guy who's been doing a lot of cool stuff. We bring people on the couch and then start putting them on spot and ask them all kind of random questions.
I'm used to doing the dirty work behind the scenes.
So, Kevin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, so joined Zeebu about 8 months ago. Been a part of the entire marketing journey. It's been amazing. Obviously, we started out, more than anyone, but started out not doing too much in the forefront of everyone, really focused on the BD side.
Yes.
And now it's kind of time for us to shine. So it's been fun putting together all the strategies for the past couple months.
Beautiful.
And before that, I was an entrepreneur myself, joined Bankai Ventures.
Beautiful.
So happy to stay in the startup ecosystem.
Amazing, amazing. So Kevin, at least people who know you up close also know that you are a guy who is relentless, very hardworking, get things done. I can go on, and this video can be used for the appraisal meetings too. But, what really excites you? What gets you out of the bed and say, let's go do this? What is that one thing that motivates you?
It's being different, making change. I think building something that the world hasn't really seen before.
Beautiful.
Showing people, educating people. A lot of people kind of go into different businesses and it's not making a real difference.
Yeah.
But when you can kind of merge the marketing, you don't have to hard sell things.
Right.
If you have a good product to sell, a good story to sell,
sure,
people will pick it up. And I think real impactful things
sure,
that can actually affect both business and people's lives always are an easy sell.
Amazing, amazing. So, I'm sure most of the audience already know about Zeebu, but just to give a quick rundown on the numbers, this morning we crossed 2 billion in transactions. We have about 250,000 vibrant community followers. Our Twitter and Telegrams are buzzing 24/7. All of that, and this man right here on the couch, who takes care of my marketing strategy, has been at the central part of putting this whole thing together. So tell us the journey of how was it building the community from zero to close to 250,000 people now following and raving for Zeebu.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting journey we went on because obviously we started out in telco. You have to be very formal. We're wearing suit and jackets here at the conference.
Yes.
And then you go over to crypto and it's a wild west. You're partying all the time, doing BD, and a lot of things are different between the two industries.
Right.
So focusing on how we're actually making real change, how we're doing things with real businesses and actually bringing some real value into the crypto universe.
Yeah.
Getting that messaging across is a difficult task, but one that when you get it right, you see rapid growth, which we've seen in the past couple months.
Beautiful.
We've seen the CEO, Raj, obviously getting covered, yourself coming out, making big strides, doing these interviews with a bunch of great people. Ecosystem people are starting to pick up that we're here to stay.
Yeah.
We're not just another crypto company, and we're here to do some real business and actually kind of merge old kind of headed industries like telecom and new innovative solutions. So I think
beautiful.
Driving communities to believe in that core mission, getting that messaging out there, and focusing on other things like interacting with some of our ecosystem partners. It's obviously good to make some jokes here and there.
Right.
Get the conversations going in Telegram, and it all helps build a good, strong community.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know our community has been very strong. I know we are doing all the right things and right moves in keeping the community engaged. I want to switch gears and move to one of the probably most favorite topics, something that is very close to your heart. Where do you think is the future of real world asset tokenization heading to?
Yeah, I think it's all about how we can actually leverage blockchain. So it goes back to the core fundamentals of what blockchain is actually meant to be. Is it meant to be a decentralized currency? Is it meant to be kind of these meme tokens?
Right.
In my opinion, not so much. The more and more we can integrate blockchain to create transparent and trustless ecosystems, the more and more real people will be able to kind of leverage that technology. One of my favorite examples of this is farmers in Africa.
Right.
These people can't necessarily get access to the JP Morgans of the world to get a business loan, or even VC to get a venture debt.
Right.
But what if we bring all of their farmland on chain? We can tokenize it, we can bring their deeds on chain.
Beautiful.
They can then take those tokens, leverage that out, create escrows, collateralize different loans, and then they get access to a whole world of liquidity that they'd never been able to.
Beautiful.
Creates transparency and trust.
Beautiful.
The investors don't necessarily have to trust that the government in Africa or the government in some of these other countries is backing it, or even the business owners themselves.
Right.
And businesses run on trust. When you can take that out and it's pure collateralized, I think the future of liquidity, the future of dividends for investors, but also startups, young entrepreneurs to be able to do whatever they want. I think access to capital will become a lot easier through kind of a trustless ecosystem.
Beautiful. So I love this whole concept, right? Let's double click on it. A, we are helping farmers with the capital they need. B, we are creating impact. C, it's also helping the whole society on how things change. How far do you think are we from that future? When do you think we can see this happen in reality?
I think we're still a few years out. Okay. So I think there's a lot of things that need to change in the market to really make that happen. First and foremost, we need government backing. Without regulatory clarity, it'll be hard to move. Institutional adoption has already happened. We all know BlackRock. We all know the ETFs that have ravaged the Bitcoin market and all of the liquidity getting sucked up. But I think beyond that, I think it's an overall kind of adoption. Governments working together. People like the UN, people like the IMF, getting on board with creating a standard of how we could actually bring tokenization into some of these other countries that might not have the lawmakers or theoretical kind of understanding of what it could be.
Yeah.
I think we need to all get on the same page, create standards, and that will also help with cross-border investments. It will help with, right now, there's a lot of localized tokenization happening.
Right.
You look country by country, there's people tokenizing different assets, running local exchanges.
Yeah.
But in order to get to kind of a New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ level, we'll need international adoption, but institutional adoption as well. In the government, will need to be a core kind of focus in implementing that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So Kevin, now we switch gears. We get to the personal segment of the couch questions. This is where we kind of try and make you a little uncomfortable. So let me start with the easy one. A question that I think most of my team members also have is, how does Kevin manage to be happy, jolly and smiling all the time while there is immense pressure, not just from me, but managing 250,000 people in the community, the social media, the posts, the PR, all the buzz and the kind of humongous traffic we have. How do you manage to put up that happy face?
It's easy to do it when you love what you do. I mean, when you wake up and work is enjoyable, when you're surrounded by good people. Obviously, it's not a one-person job. It takes an army. You know that better than anyone.
Right.
It's about the whole team. I mean, when you have the support of people under you and people above you to get things done.
Beautiful.
It's a lot easier to kind of take the stress out of it and say, you know what, it'll happen. And whether it's me who does it, whether it's someone else in the team, everyone kind of picks up when other people are out or certain things come up. We all have different things come up in our personal lives, as well as business. If you can kind of work together as a team, you can empower the people under you to do what they need to do.
Sure.
One of my big things is being a servant to others, servant leadership. I know you love this as a leader, and if you can serve the people under you to get things done, it makes your job as a leader quite easy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We enjoy the success, and yes, we might put in the extra mile to help them do their job, but I mean, once you teach them how to do a good job, then it becomes a lot easier for us, a lot easier for the people under us. Everyone can be happy in their working environment.
Beautiful.
And things become a lot more structured. I think also that core balance between personal life and working life.
And the working life? Beautiful.
I mean, if you can have a good personal life along with business and you can kind of mix those up, you can be friendly with your coworkers, it's easy to walk around the office with a smile on your face.
Love it. Love it. Now we know the secret. So, when Kevin is not working, when he's out on a weekend, what are the 3 things he loves to do?
I love to stay active first and foremost. Go to the gym, play golf, stay outside, walk my dogs, you name it. Obviously, family is one of the more important things to me. So spending time with my girlfriend, but also my parents, my brother, whatever that might look like.
Sure.
And then I do a lot of reading stocks. I mean, I'm always kind of up to date with the news. Hard to be a marketeer if you don't know what's going on in the world. So
can't take anymore.
Whether it's reading leadership books or different articles.
Beautiful.
It kind of settles the brain away from work, even though it's still obviously focusing within kind of the realm of work. But yeah, you can get outside. I also play a good amount of chess. So.
Lovely. Okay, that's good. So next time the team members, when they need their brain to start cracking up, they'll bring a chessboard to you.
Yeah, you know me. I mean, every couple hours in the office, I'll play a game of chess to get my mind off things.
Yeah. If I catch Kevin at any random point during the day or the night, what are 3 things that I'll find with him?
Usually a smile.
Nice.
Usually I'm happy. I think I like to be joyful around the people around me.
Sure.
If everyone's kind of working in a positive energy, it's a lot easier to get things done.
Sure.
But yeah, I think usually just a good attitude with things. I will kind of always have a computer on me. I mean,
that's where I was coming. I was waiting for this answer. Sure.
That's it's part of the life. Always need to stay connected. Yeah, those would be kind of 2 things.
Sure. So I just wanted to bring this point up to our audience on this podcast. If you get hold of Kevin 2 a.m. in the night and you will see him on his bed, even if he's fast asleep, there is a laptop right next to him, just few inches away. I don't know. I mean, for me, every time I walk in and I feel this guy keeps working on the laptop till he falls asleep. First thing he does after he opens his eyes is log into his laptop, and that's how I feel. So that's cool. So Kevin, anything that you want to tell as a message to aspiring marketeers, entrepreneurs who are looking at Web3 as a space for their career and future?
Yeah, I think don't be afraid to kind of break into the boundaries. Don't be afraid to do something different. There's this kind of stigma with entrepreneurs that you need to go out and raise capital. You need to go out and do all these corporate things, start an LLC, do all this kind of legwork to get there. But at the end of the day, you really just need to come up with an idea and start doing it.
Beautiful.
Raising capital isn't the most important thing. Raise enough capital to get your feet wet. Raise enough capital to get that POC out there. It's not really, I like to always say, raising capital isn't an achievement. It's an obligation for most founders. And once you kind of get that first seed investment, just take it and run with it. Make sure you optimize that as much as you can, because you don't want to spend months on months raising capital. You've done it so many times. It's a headache. We all love it. Obviously, it's good talking to investors. It's good pitching. It's good to get feedback on kind of what you're doing. But the more and more you can focus on real business, the more and more you can kind of utilize, say you only raise 50 grand. If you can get that done and you can get a POC out there and you can start generating revenue, go do it. Because you don't want to spend time trying to go for that pre-seed, seed, and go through all these rounds before you're making revenue. Becomes a headache. Go to market as quickly as possible. If you make 10 mistakes, it's fine, as long as you get 10 things correct or one of them works. There's always next. It's always a learning experience. I mean, you could come out with PR. People might not like it. Okay, come out with the next message. it's not the end of the world. You might get knocked down 10 times, but there's always something that's going to come up next. As long as you believe in the mission, it'll keep going forward.
Love it, love it. Kevin, the last question in the segment. Where do we see Kevin 10 years from now?
Oh, it's a tough question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think marketing will always be at the core of my heart.
Beautiful.
I love it. I love kind of putting out that message, building a story. But I think getting back to my entrepreneurial side will definitely be something that I look to gain as I kind of move into the next stage of my career.
Beautiful.
I do love kind of investments, compliance. It's always been a core focus. Marketing's kind of my passion, but I think my work and skill set revolves around a lot more than that. So who knows what next brings me. Obviously pushing Zeebu to the next level is part of that journey.
Beautiful.
We'll enjoy that part together.
Yes.
And many more things after that, I'm sure we'll work on and continue to build.
Pleasure having you on the couch, buddy.
Oh, thank you.